like to pick my nose, but I don't think there's any victims involved when I pick my nose.
So what you're
Well,
saying,
that is
everyone
Znači,
should be vegan.
znači neš sere kako životinje, ne bi
Pa
trebalo
ne
ubijati.
razumije da krava rodi 50 ovih malih.
5 prijalo, jako blizu, jako blizu.
Bliz, to ti je tu negdje.
Look what I caused.
Okay, come on.
Yes, please.
Oi, Joey! Yeah, you! I'm talking to you! Get out of here, you pussy!
Jol Rith.
Yeah, but so like the question is like, should we follow like,
Brate, slušaj Hajlom.
like should we follow like the morality of like what wild animals do, or should we follow the behaviors of what wild animals would do?
Like,
Yeah.
should read the question. If Hitler was okay guy, because he was vegan, so that means he is very good.
No, he was reducitarian at best. So he still ate
what
meat
is
and
that?
consumed animal products. He wasn't vegan.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
okay. Then, you know, I would have. He would have been forgiven for killing Jews if he was vegan, but now it's not forgiven. You know.
Either
Makes
way,
sense.
it's
Yes, really makes
unacceptable.
sense.
And a vegan wouldn't do that because humans are animals too. You know, we're mammals, which are classified scientifically as animals.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well done.
So it wouldn't be vegan to
Slow
commit
me again.
genocide.
You probably listen to
Mega.
Hajlom. Am I right?
Listen to what?
Hajlom.
Oh, actually, I like one or two tracks of theirs. Yeah, my favorite
Yeah,
is Ivar Bjornsson.
Ivar.
Yeah, Ivar Bjornsson.
Isn't that a fucking
Baš
singer?
To je
Čekaj.
baš najamerički način za reći takvu neku riječ.
Ivar Bjornsson.
I was just thinking how to rephrase what you said, Pickle. I think I think that what you were trying to say is like it's wrong, not to kill for our needs, but for our desires, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did you send it?
What's your description?
I think I got
The
it.
only thing we need from animals is forgiveness. Joel Rith, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think we need really anything else from animals, right?
I need meat.
No, yes we do.
I need meat. And
That
I'm
is-
not eating no humans, bro.
Okay,
It's
we
not-
don't need it, but we...
I'm not eating humans, bro.
Yeah, you don't need to eat humans either.
No, yeah, that's true.
But I need meat
Why
Do
you
eat
need
meat. Do eat meat.
because I need protein. I want to get big.
Well, beans have almost as much protein
Big
per
chunk.
calorie.
Yeah, I know, but fuck beans. I want meat.
Yeah, and eat soy shit, then you get like
And
Big
probably
ass
meat
tits.
has also some shit
more
that
balls.
beans don't have. So meat, bro.
So preference dictates morality for you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
what if I prefer to burn down people's houses while they're inside? Is that morally
Okay.
justified because I prefer to?
No, nah, it's not. It's not. But whatever.
I can make the same argument for many things that you do, probably on a daily basis.
Čekaj, kaj priča?
I like to pick
No,
my
it-
nose.
oh,
Ne
slušaj.
znam, ne znam, znam.
I like to pick my nose, but I don't think there's any victims involved when I pick my nose.
So what you're
Yeah,
saying,
well, that is-
everyone
Znači,
should be vegan.
Znači, neš sere kako životinje, ne bi trebalo
Pa ne
ubijati.
razumije da krava rodi 50 ovih malih.
5 prijalo, jako blizu, jako
Bliz, to ti je tu negdje.
Look what I caused.
Da.
Koji kurac mi je poslao ovaj majmun?
Can you try to like, so you don't eat meat?
No, I don't.
Ovi vegani, znači...
Ko ti to posla? I će to eksplodirati?
Neće. Ja mislim, ali nije, hvala Bogu.
Well, what do you do? What? Fuck, sorry, English is not my first language, so I'm a bit retarded. What do you do eat? What do you eat? Yes, yes.
Oh, I like hummus and pita. Yesterday for dinner, I had green curry, butternut squash on
Hold up,
steamed
doesn't
rice.
curry contain meat, bro?
No, no, curry is actually
Curry
made out of
is
spices,
a
which are plants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
Wait, did you? But you're killing poor plants. You're killing them. Like, why?
Well, there's this thing called feed conversion ratio, and it's the disparity
No, but they're
between
alive.
how much plants you have to feed an animal and how much calories you get out of eating the animal. And effectively, people who eat meat cause about 16 times as much plant harm because of that. Because animals aren't more than 100% efficiency. They're actually more. They're actually a
Wait,
lot
where-
less. So you have
Why
to
Can I
are
ask
feed
you
you
something?
a
eating
lot
meat?
more plants to an animal.
No, let me ask. Can I please talk with the man, like normally? Sorry,
No.
sorry.
Man.
Can I ask you something? What foods like do you eat like a daily basis?
Well,
Actually, no. That's not what I wanted to ask. Why do you not want to eat animals? It's like a morality thing or what?
do you agree that animals can feel pain and basic emotions?
No.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I
No.
do.
Well,
I do, why?
I believe since they have nerve endings just like us and brains kind of like we do, they do have a similar
don't-
experience of pain and emotions.
They cannot think or talk or have anything to understand. Our brain is way more.
They're
Как se
Kako
kaže?
animals can't think or
A
talk.
ne mogu mislit, šta da misle ono?
They can
delfini
think,
mogu,
but,
delfini mogu.
A super, ne pričamo o delfinima. Ko
To
jede
je sa
delfine,
životinje.
buras?
Ja. Znaš sam i
Ja.
do šparu je.
So animals are basically just like
Bolest.
walking celery sticks.
Mislim, boli me kurac da li mogu misliti ili ne, hoću ih jest samo, ne.
But like,
Pa joj.
if my thinking process is like, if they're already killed, so why won't I eat them? You know,
Da.
they're already dead.
Dobar.
Well, the thing is, the reason they are killed is because the stores know you're going to buy their body parts in the future, and so when I stop,
Yeah, and what?
if I stop
what you're
buying
gonna
No, please
that,
don't stop the man. Let the man talk, please.
if I stop buying that, then their assurance that I'm going to go back and buy it tomorrow or next month or next year is gone, and so they don't have the incentive to keep doing that, right?
So you're
When I would buy meat,
Sorry.
I would pay them to in the future raise animals and then kill them. That way, a month from now, there would be meat at the grocery store for me to buy.
Can I ask
Yeah,
you something now? Do you think people should not in any part of world's history eat an animals or just like right now?
There's been a lot of instances, especially my
Moj bre,
ancestors
ovo te
10,000 years
gubi.
ago,
Pusti da pričam struk.
where
Daj čekaj, daj oća nešto.
where it was
sad ću-
necessary
Let
for
men talk.
survival, and in the instance of actual survival situations,
Yeah.
that's fine. I mean, everybody wants to live, right?
Yeah, but there's like 8 billion people on this planet, and maybe vegans are like, I don't know, maybe 1 billion people, and you think that
Not
those other
even,
7
value.
billion
Da,
people
nije
are
ni
gonna
to.
stop eating meat? Pa kužiš da nije ni toliko.
Ženska
A-
ne ide. Ne ide.
Daj na seriju. Daj,
Well-
meni seriju.
Ne ide.
What
I
Mr.
preach.
What
Čemu
Mr.
to, čemu
Off
to?
was saying, that's why I'm not going to Siberia to tell Mongolian nomadic tribes that herd reindeer to stop eating
Ne,
meat
nema
because they
mi
need
se
it for
to,
survival,
lika
right?
ide mi na živce. Aj bog. Nema mi se
That's why I go onto Discord to talk to people.
Yeah. But like wait. Sorry. I can't think really good. I had many instances where I hit my head on the floor when I was a child.
Yeah, a lot of my coworkers, they'll come to me maybe once a week with a new question because they had time to sleep on it.
About what?
Islam.
About hypotheticals.
For example?
One of them is, what if what if you kept an animal in your backyard and just cut little pieces off them at a time? Then they get to live and you get to eat meat. Is that fine?
No,
No, because it's gonna get sick, and I
it's
don't
gonna
want
get
sick
fucking.
meat or die from
Yeah.
blood loss. But
Yeah, and I'm still
yeah, I get
causing
what you're
them
trying to say. I
suffering.
get what you're trying to say, but
What if you hypothetically could remove it and nothing happens except for it to feel pain, right?
Right. Yeah, and for an
yeah,
unnecessary
that's
project
torture,
that I
man.
don't need.
Yeah, that's
So
torture.
so theoretically he can't get the animal can't get infected or die from blood loss.
Yeah, and
Let's
I'm
say,
sure when I'm
let's say.
cutting pieces off of them, it would hurt, right?
Yep.
But it's a theoretical, so
It is a
I'm asking
theoretical.
you. I'm
Now,
not saying. Wait.
dobro ti je rekao.
What were you saying?
What were you guys saying?
I don't know. I'm talking to you.
I said I was going to mute the retard playing music.
Yeah, they're gone. I muted them as well.
Yeah, I can see.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
So yeah, where are you guys from?
Croatia, you?
I live in the United States.
Why?
I like it here, kind of. Also haven't really explored much of the world, so I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, what do you guys like? So it kind of sounds like you guys are kind of like conflicted because we were talking about this earlier before you guys came in, like
About
like eating animals.
veganism.
Yeah, like in regards to eating animals and the morality of breeding, billions of animals, enslaving them, and then killing them for.
Yeah,
But
what do you think? What do you
I'm
think
not
about
for
that?
that, but I want to eat. So
Sorry,
What do you think about that?
I couldn't hear your response clearly, but both of you were talking.
Yeah, he speaks every time he speaks with somebody on Discord. He has a different accent for some reason. I think he's skits a bit.
No, it's not the accent. It's just that somebody else was talking over you.
Or him, you mean, or me? I said he is skits.
Yeah, I was just trying to hear your response.
My response.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what do you think about like the thing you were talking about?
I think it's wrong. Like I mean, like I've heard some pretty convincing arguments for me
For
to
example,
for example, like we don't need to enslave animals. First of all, like you said, like he mentioned, like animals feel pain, they suffer, they think like we do, they're aware, they're conscious. And it's unfair and also unnecessary to inflict all this harm and suffering onto them and then kill them when they want to live just because we want to eat their flesh or their secretions or whatever.
so let me ask you this: theoretically, if like a lot of people ate wolves, they don't, for reasons, But let's say they did. It's as common as, I don't know, pork or beef, right?
Yeah.
Is it wrong for the wolf to kill other animals? That is it are their needs, right? That killing other animals for food is a need of theirs. Is that wrong?
Yeah, so like if another animal, like a wild animal, kills another animal for food, I would see that as their
survival.
for survival, exactly. So I wouldn't see that as wrong.
But it's wrong if I kill them. But you said they feel basic emotions, right? So why can't they kill other animals for survival and I shouldn't kill an animal for survival?
yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is, like, when we kill these animals, it's not for survival. We do it because we just like meat, and just like you guys have expressed, oh, I like meat or whatever, right?
Yeah, but hold up.
It's a desire.
Let the man talk, please.
It's
Okay,
not so
let
much
him finish.
a need.
Why do you think
Sure.
that?
because we
You
don't
think in
need any specific like there's no nutrients that we can get from them, because a lot, that's what people obviously think, is that we need nutrients from their bodies, but we don't need their bodies to get those nutrients. We can get them from others, like plant-based sources.
so let
Okay,
me tell you
but there's
something.
obviously something in there because we keep eating it, bro.
Yeah, let me tell you something. My mom didn't want to eat meat for a few months, and she felt like shit and went back. Like sick. This is I'm butchering this statistic, but this is like more than half vegans that become vegan for a certain time stop.
Isn't it
being
like
vegan.
dangerous for kids
Yeah,
to
let me
become
tell you.
vegan before they're like 13,
Yes,
14
it is.
because it gives them like every deficiency ever?
Yeah,
Like,
my mom had like she went vegan for a few months, and she went to a doctor, and she was deficient in so much shit. It's unbelievable.
yeah.
It's over 9,000, bro.
Yeah, I know a
Okay,
person
nímka nutritionika govorit.
that went vegan and died, and like these anecdotes are not very useful. Like it's like I could point
But
to
I'm
that.
literally talking from like
Sure,
experience.
sure.
Somebody I
No,
know.
no, no, I understand, but I'm saying like it's called an anecdote, talking from your experience. So like so I can point to like probably 1,000, maybe even more than that, of non-vegans that went through the exact same thing as your mom.
Yeah, no, but we're saying like there's shit tons of like stuff in certain vegetables that you are just like better for you and more abundant than in other foods, and that's with every food. Like some meats have more shit than other meats, you know?
I'm not really clear what you're trying to say, Gigabyte.
Basically, I'm saying like there'll be certain proteins or certain fucking fibers or shit, right? That is more abundant in one type of meat than it is with another type of meat, right? And that's the same thing with vegetables, but in the same sense, like fucking the like what's it called? Now I'm stuttering over my words.
No
Like
problem.
the fucking like meat has some shit that vegetables don't have, you know what I'm saying?
Nutrients.
Yeah, certain nutrients that vegetables don't have, and they will
But
not provide unless it's like lab made, maybe.
What
My
specifically do
thought
you
is
think
like
that is? That plants are missing that meat has, and
Maybe a
we
shit ton of
can't
protein.
get.
Protein, maybe.
Yeah, shit tons of protein.
Well,
Fucking
like I mentioned earlier, beans have just about the
Yeah,
same
I know,
protein
I
per
know.
calorie.
But I don't want a beans.
you
I
don't
don't want
like
them beans.
beans.
No,
It's a
I
matter
do,
of
but I don't
preference.
want beans all the time.
You don't have to eat
so
beans all the time.
I
isn't
fucking
like
love beans.
There's also
but,
one
tree
of the
nuts
most
and oats.
that's great.
and the
grains.
vegetables don't have creatine.
honestly, I think the only thing
Ooh.
stopping me from ever becoming a vegan is just milk. I like milk.
But
I'm an
Hey,
avid milk
there
drinker.
is no
Yeah, what about-
creatine in vegetables, and like
That's
isn't it like
That is true.
vitamin
There's no creed.
B12 I think is not in any plants. It's
Brzo pali
animal
bulu.
food.
Have you tried oat milk?
Vitamin D3.
I've had almond
Chlorine.
milk, and I only like chocolate almond milk. I'm not a big fan of plain almond milk.
Yeah, I hate almond milk. I prefer oat milk.
Same. Oat milk or soy milk? Yeah.
Gold.
Yeah, oat milk is the shit.
Well, but milk don't kill people. Well, I mean animals. I
I
not people.
kill people
Actually,
with milk.
they have to impregnate the cows to get them to lactate, and half of
Yeah.
their babies are males, right? And they're useless to the industry, so they kill them. They take them away from the mother so that the farmers can reap the milk and sell it to customers, right?
Okay, but let's say
Yeah.
there was no need for the meat.
Well, in addition to that, a cow can live up to 25 years, but they stop producing milk around 7 years of age, and so our cow population would quadruple, which would quadruple at least the cost of milk. So what we do with dairy cows right now, half of my country's beef comes from dairy cows because they kill the spent dairy cows and sell them as steak.
Ah,
So
Okay.
what?
old meat.
So animals do get harmed in the dairy industry.
I personally
don't
don't
like-
mind.
Yeah,
I-
problem with that. Yeah.
It's an animal.
Well, I got a question though. Let's say a fucking population, world's population by like 2024, like cut down to, I don't know, fucking imaginary number. 500 million. Like, and the fucking the big pharma, whatever, fucking the big
Made it.
meat industry, fucking.
Lomeš ga.
A šuti, evo te, glupa da te jeba. The big
I'm
meat,
fucking with
you
you,
know,
sorry. Big meat, yeah.
fucking, fuck off, man. The big meat, you know,
Big meat
fucking
industry.
yeah, bro. Stop working, you know, like went to farms and shit. Would you still be against you know, farm animals?
Yeah, it doesn't matter the size of the industry; it's still unnecessary.
Yeah, but without
And
breaking the legs. I know they break the legs and fucking cramp them into space. I'm talking about, you know, classical fucking farm shit.
well, see, when I went vegan, right?
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, no,
Almost 3 years ago, and yeah, I still work in
Can I ask you
construction,
something?
and I do
I'm
fine.
sorry.
random ass
Okay,
questions.
I'm sorry. Just want to ask you something.
Well, let me get to that point first. When I first did that,
Okay.
I believed that the animals. I didn't know about factory farming. I thought they got to hang out in wide open green pastures and just hang out with their
That's
friends.
some.
don't.
And
Most don't.
Only some.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought all of them did.
Well,
It turns out 95% of them don't, but I thought all animals got to enjoy their life because I believed farmers cared. And then I went vegan because I felt it was wrong to take their lives if I didn't have to, no matter what kind of life they
Yeah.
lived. Like, I could raise a kid, right, for up to 7 years of age, and I'm a millionaire, let's say. And I give them the best life. I take them to tennis practice on time every day. I take them to singing classes, and they get straight A pluses because they're so happy and well adjusted in life. And then I kill them at 7. The life
Yeah.
I gave them
Oh, yeah,
up
that's
until that point where I killed them doesn't justify me killing them.
No, it's like for me, I've worked on a farm for like a majority of my life, and I don't see anything wrong with that. Like I've raised piglets and all that, and then when they're old enough, they turn into bacon. Like that's the circle of life, you know. Like I don't
Yeah.
fucking care if a bigger animal eats me, because that's just the food chain, you know. Humans were just
Yeah,
the
that-
first
yeah, that's
to
a-
exploit the
that's
food
a-
chain.
Yeah. That's the said. Well,
Yeah, so
not
we
not
were.
that's the said reality of life, innit?
Yeah, I mean, so is rape and murder, but it doesn't mean you have to
Yeah,
agree with it.
I'm not supporting it, man, but I'm just saying. No?
No.
Yeah. Like when you go to the grocery store and buy it, you're literally supporting it. That's the point. That's
know,
the
but,
reason people become vegan is because they don't. That's why they don't consume. It's not because they don't like the taste of meat. Like, it's because they don't
Okay,
want to fund the
first
industry.
of all, technically you're supporting it by proxy because you're supporting the farms that are doing that. But also
Wait, how? How are they?
because the money goes to the store, which then is then distributed onto the farms, and then the farms are the ones that are doing it. You know?
Corporate actually tracks
the
what
industry,
products
yeah.
are selling, and so when I buy plant-based products, they'll stock more of that because they see that selling more.
Yeah, that's true.
Stores are very well designed in that. They have analytics to look at what products are selling and what are not, and what's failing and what's succeeding.
I know, that's what I'm saying exactly.
Aj da, idem ja.
Yeah,
Nemoj,
drugi
ne.
poziv.
Ne,
Ne
čekaj,
idem
još malo.
čaj na drugi poziv.
Još malo.
Idem
Još
pišaj
malo.
na drugi poziv.
Okej, a prvo popišaj.
Ne, prvo
it's
poziv.
just supply and demand. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
fine.
basic supply and demand.
Yeah. I mean, it would be okay for me. Well, in your terms, it would be okay for me
Yeah,
if
like,
you know I
like-
stop buying fucking meat and shit from the store, and when I'm
well,
in
like
the wild,
I'm
fucking
okay
hunt.
with people that choose to be vegan or vegetarian, but I'm just like, I'm not telling you like to eat meat, so I don't want to be told that I should be going into like becoming a vegan or a vegetarian. You know?
Telling you to become a vegan or vegetarian, just pointing
Yeah.
out like if you think like animal abuse is wrong and then there's no way to be like consistent with that, then
No, like animals are wrong for domesticated animals. I don't really mind what happens to pigs and cows and chickens and on these like factory farms, because I'm not like in the factory farm. It's not my business. It's food, you know.
Well, it's only food because like you've determined them to be your food. Like
Yes.
they don't have to be food.
But that, like, if you were to go to any other animal and they see something that is considered their prey, they're not going to be like, "Oh, that's my best friend Jerry," you know? Like,
Yeah,
that's
we
food.
actually, yeah, no, I get you. We just literally talked about it right before you came in. So
Oh,
like
okay.
we don't, so like the thing is like you're basically saying, oh, like we should kind of mimic what other wild animals do, and I don't think that's a good.
We are animals, though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
my whole big thing.
yeah. So we're animals, and but do you think we should um justify our behavior based on what other like wild animals do? Like for
No,
example,
but what I'm saying is, this is what animals have been doing for centuries. We are animals. Like, fucking Australopithecines and fucking Homo habilis and Homo erectus, like, them shits, that they were doing the same thing we're doing, they just didn't have it as, like, exploited as we did. You know?
yeah. So like I guess the point I was trying to make is like yeah. So like animals in the wild like do yeah they eat other animals, but they do that for survival, right? Like where when we're not really doing it for survival, and we're solely doing it for like pleasure essentially.
Well, like, I'd fucking argue that every omnivore does it for pleasure because they can choose whether they're gonna eat a fucking juicy steak or a nice salad, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, that's the beautiful
Like,
thing about being a human is I have moral agency, whereas wild animals don't necessarily. So an omnivore will eat whatever comes to them in the wild, but me as a human, I can align my choices with my values.
no, and like personally, I'll order whatever like I feel is more easy for me, you know? Like, if I'm gonna be like, all right, you know, I'm gonna have a nice quick meal, I'll go out to eat and I'll be like, all right, I want like a salad or something, right? But then if I'm like having a sit down conversation with my friends and stuff like that, I'm gonna be like, all right, give me a steak, you know? Like, it's just about what I feel is it would be better, you know?
Well, yeah, but then like one choice actually comes from like the suffering of an individual, unnecessary suffering of an individual, and the other doesn't. So
Yeah, but wouldn't you argue in that sense that it is of being hungry and not of pleasure? Because I'm hungry, so I want to eat something?
well, you can still satisfy that hunger with the salad, right?
Uh, I guess.
Or butternut squash green curry,
Pasta,
or root casserole like I
potatoes.
had the other night.
Like there's vegan burgers. There's like literally
I
like
mean, like,
everything. There's some.
I like that shit, but I'm gonna say, like, you know, every time I'd choose a fucking meatball sub or something over, like, the fucking a vegan meal, you know?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It comes down to sensory pleasure, like the pleasure that you get in your mouth from their flesh or whatever. That like
Are you
that's
saying you get
that's
no
driving.
pleasure from eating meat?
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the sensory pleasure is driving your decision. So
Do you
like
eat
that's what,
cheese?
Yeah, it's a choice rather than necessity, right?
Yeah.
But do y'all vegans eat any dairy or anything like cheese and stuff?
There's
yeah. Well, no. But I guess to address your point earlier, like we shouldn't base our decisions on what like wild animals do because like wild animals like they do other kinds of crazy things. They like rape each other and stuff. So we wouldn't justify that as like, oh well, animals rape, so okay, why shouldn't I do that? Like animals kill each other. They'll eat their babies. You're like, why shouldn't I do that? That's not a good basing your behavior based on what wild animals do is not a good justification.
Yeah, wild animals also kill their prey from the lower end up a lot of the time, and we do have moral agency, which is why in slaughterhouses we bolt gun them and slash their throats. But we just like to take it a step further and be like, well, we don't even have to kill them.
Yeah. So do you guys agree with like
Fish and
testing
apple.
on animals and shit?
I don't buy any products tested on animals.
Alright, but what about like if it's like betterment of humanity type shit?
Okay, can I ask you one thing? No, please. I wanted to ask you like half an hour ago, but I couldn't. Do you
Ask.
think?
Yeah, go
Do you
for it.
think? Do you think a man has to have acceptable amounts of testosterone to fucking like function?
Yeah.
Testosterone comes from cholesterol, and
Yeah.
the human liver is capable of creating enough cholesterol for us to use for that out of just plant material. And so I have a sufficient amount of testosterone, and some studies that I've seen, in the last 2 years have put plant-based dieters at slightly higher testosterone than non-plant-based dieters.
Because
So
of
we are
because
capable
of
of
this
making plenty of
fucking nutting
testosterone.
meal.
Sorry,
you
that's
might
bullshit.
you might not agree with what I'm doing
don't
right
have
now,
to
but
read
I'm doing an all meat based diet right now,
Oh,
where I
that's
basically
I want
only
to
eat
try
meat,
that. I want to try that.
and it's like that's been working for me pretty well, you know.
Like a carnivore diet, you mean?
Yeah, essentially
So you don't eat like any vegetables or fruits or anything?
anything other
Anti-vegan.
than pretty much. It's not anti-vegan. It's just that's like
It's exactly anti-vegan.
No,
I mean,
no,
I,
it's
I
not
guess,
anti-vegan.
but it's
It's
not.
just
It's
Yeah,
the
it's like
opposite
I can
of
I
vegan,
can
but it's not
Yeah.
anti-vegan.
I can still drink soy milk and shit like that, but like
But, like-
meal wise, I'm like only pretty much eating like like high quality meats and stuff like that, which is a lot more expensive, I will say.
yeah.
But like it seems to be working for me physically because I've tried fucking being vegan and I've tried keto and all that, and those diets don't really work too well for me.
What was your problem before?
With veganism,
No, what was your health problem? Why you're trying all these different diets?
I used to be like morbidly obese when I was 15. So I started like working out heavily and all that.
That's cool.
Uh,
How old you now, man?
I'm 17. I was
Damn.
like over 200 pounds when I was 15 at 5'3", and now I'm 5'9", like 135.
135 pounds.
Yeah.
God damn, bro, you skinny. Skinny dipping.
Well, I wanted to cut down my weight by a large number so that I could what's it called? So that I could get a lot of muscle. Because muscle
Ah.
weighs more than fat.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you have either fucking no fat on your body or
I'm about 10
No water,
10 to
bro.
11% body fat right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
That shit hot, bro.
Thanks, man.
That's hot. That's hot, bro. That's hot.